impacts the game daily. All three facets. A very good glove. A terrific base runner with stolen bases, doubles, taking the extra base, all that stuff to back it up. It's the traditional stats, the metrics. All love his defense. All love his base running. And we know the numbers he produces with his bat. Now, if Ohtani is done for the year, I have a tough time believing Ohtani's the MVP of the American League. I think it should be Julio in that scenario if Julio continues to play the way he has. I know from a wins above replacement standpoint, Ohtani is already at 9 total. 6.6 as a hitter using the Fangraphs formula, 2.4 as a pitcher. He's produced the most on the field in the league this season, at least in the American League, and it's going to stay that way. Nobody has a chance to catch him. And usually that is plenty for me to lean MVP for that player. But sometimes the situation should take over. Ohtani, by the end of the season, assuming he doesn't play again, Ohtani will not have produced in meaningful games for the Angels for at least 2 months by season's end. Again, assuming he indeed is shut down. Julio has been in the pressure cooker all year, performing at an elite level when the chips were on the line day in, day out. You can trace this lineup's upswing by Julio's ignition. When Julio turned the key, the Mariners revved up and started going. Now, J.P. Crawford kept them afloat. Julio has catapulted them to being one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the American League with a chance to win the division. When that seemed like an outlandish thought a month and a half ago. And doing what Julio is doing is not easy. Now, granted, what Shohei Ohtani was doing, like unheard of. Performing like that on the mound, doing what he was doing at the plate, absolutely unheard of. But even relative to great players, what Julio is doing in 2023 is rare. You play every day, you perform and lead every day in a tight pennant race with no margin for error. You know, players that go wire to wire get more credit from me. You play every day and go through the grind and you end the season with the numbers that Julio has right now and may end up with in a couple of weeks when the regular season ends. You know, to me, what Julio and Kyle Tucker and Marcus Semien and Bobby Witt Jr. are doing that's the grind. So they get a little extra credit. It's harder to do what those guys are doing than for example, Corey Seager, who is out. Okay, you don't get exposed. I'm not saying Corey Seager's not a great player, not having a great year. Like if Seager had 140, if Seager was going to get 140, 145 games in, Corey Seager might be the MVP of the American League. But it's a little light. He's a little light in the wallet when it comes to playing time. And I think when you play every day, you potentially get worn down. And Julio has, oh man, he's basically brushed that off. And in the dog days, and granted, he's 22 years old, but in the dog days, is playing his best baseball.